Hey nerds, Alex here from Nerds Being Geeks. Recently I just won a badge with my lightning deck. Let's get into it. I am fortunate enough to now have 2 GLC leagues within an hour of where I live. And I have taken this lightning deck to both of those leagues, and unfortunately I definitely misplayed at one and did not do great at the other. And I was like, you know what, lightning is my favorite type. This is my most blinged out deck. I'm gonna get a win with lightning. And I did. And this was probably about a month ago. I'm really behind on recording these deck lists, but this bombs list is based off Chicken Fried from the Cardboard Warriors Discord. It's loosely based on that. And they call it the bombs because this electrode does the buzz zap thunder ability where it knocks itself out and it attaches to one of your Pokemon as a double lightning energy. And this Magneton with the call signal, it also knocks itself out. And you get to search your deck for 3 supporter cards. So the bombs really want to go behind on prizes, and usually what you go for is Lieutenant Surge's strategy. With that call signal, this Lieutenant Surge strategy card lets you play 3 supporters that turn, and depending on your situation, you have plenty of supporters to pick from. If you want to gust, you can. If you want to hand disrupt, you can. If you need a tool, you can. If you want to turn off abilities, you can. If you want to get a card back from the discard pile, you can. Energy search, stadium search, you got it. All of these supporters are here to... Just realized reset stamp was in the supporter pile. Whatever you want to do, Magneton's call signal can basically get you there. Like I said, you want to play from behind. You want to knock yourself out and use those abilities to your advantage. One of the positives of going behind on prizes is this Luxray with the swelling flash ability. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in your hand and you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, you may put this Pokemon onto your bench. It does 180 for 3, but you're also playing the full Luxray line. Shinx has the evolutionary advantage. If you go second, this Pokemon can evolve during your first turn. And if you're able to pull that off, you use Disconnect. It does 30 damage and you item lock your opponent. So you could also set Luxio on the bench and also have the Luxray out there. And once the Luxray gets knocked out, you could bring it back and evolve it right onto Luxio. I also play this Tapu Koko with a summoning lightning attack for a colorless energy. You search your deck for up to 2 lightning Pokemon, reveal them, put them in your hand, and then shuffle your deck. But really, another good advantage of going behind is prize count. It does 90 damage for 2 lightning and a colorless. If you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, this attack does 90 more damage. So 180 if you're behind on prizes. I also play this Morpeko, the Torment attack for a colorless 20 damage. And choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks during your opponent's next turn. That Pokemon can't use that attack. And in a world where big basics are at the forefront, most of those big basics only have one attack. So you could slow down some decks pretty well just with Torment. And this is somewhat of a spread deck. So you could use Spark and it does 50 and then 20 damage to a Pokemon on your opponent's bench. I also play Thunderous. That adverse weather ability, as long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, prevent all damage done to your bench Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. That can slow down Tinglu. Now it doesn't stop damage counters, but it does prevent damage. And I think this might be the only lightning Pokemon with a bench barrier, but it has to be active. What I really like about this Pokemon is 2 energies, Gigantic Bolt. It does 140. Yeah, it does 92 yourself, but like I said, you don't mind going behind on prizes. You actually want to go behind on prizes to activate a lot of your abilities, your attacks. So doing 92 yourself isn't great, but 140 for 2 is pretty nice. But I'd say the main attacker is Electivire with a high voltage current, 2 lightning, 1 colorless, 50 damage to all of your opponent's Pokemon. And this can get powered up very easy with Electrode and some of the other things we play in here. And I also just wanted to show off the Toys R Us stamp Electabuzz. So like I said, this is my most blinged out deck by a large margin. So let's get into the items. I play Level Ball, Nest Ball, Ultra Ball, Hisuian Heavy Ball, Tag Call, Electro Power, just to get that extra boost in your attack. One of my losses against Torterra, there's nothing in here that hits 190. So you really want that extra boost, and that's where like Muscle Bane comes in and Electro Power. Play Rescue Stretcher, Buddy Buddy Poffin, Counter Catcher, because like I said, you're going to go behind on prizes a lot, and that's self-inflicted. But the Counter Catcher is a boss's orders on an item card. Enhanced Hammer, I play Lost Vacuum, Versus Seeker, Reset Stamp, Field Blower, Pal Pad, Pokepad, Evolutionary Incense, and Special Charge, because you play a lot of special energy in this deck. Moving over to supporters, play Marnie, Cynthia and Caitlin, Ace Trainer, Delinquent, which is a good pairing when you're using Magneton to help disrupt your opponent's hand. Iono, Arven, Horus Tenacity. One of the most important cards in the whole deck, Lieutenant Surge's Strategy. This beautiful full art Hex Maniac. Yes, this is real. Gladion, Guzma, Lusamine, Lana Zade, Guzmahala, Canary, which is a really great card. I mean, you get 4 lightning Pokemon with this card. Basic, evolutions, it doesn't matter. Just discard a card from your hand and you get 4 Pokemon. That card right there gets you a third of all the Pokemon in this deck. Hilda as well. Play U-turn board, counter gain, because you will be behind on prizes, so this helps with making Electivire's attack only 2 energy, which is an Electrode Explosion attachment. Luxray, guess what? Only 2 energies for 180. You can even put it on Torment, and that's a free. Tapu Koko's only 2 energy. Well, most of your attackers will utilize that pretty well. Got a Lux Cape to make that Electivire as big as you can get it, to make that Luxray as big as you can get it, and Muscle Band to hit those Torterra numbers. Now, because Electrode is considered a Pokemon, but its ability makes it a double lightning energy, you're only playing 2 basic lightning energies, and I'm having trouble with that. Finding energies was very difficult. The last match that I needed to win was against a crazy code deck, and it was like 1-to-1 prizes, or like 1-to-2 prizes, and I had the Electrode on the bench, but if I blew it up, I was going to just lose the game. So I'm like just digging and digging and digging, trying to get energy, and it just was not happening. Luckily, I eventually got it. I found an energy, made the attach, and I honestly can't remember what I won with. I think I can't remember. It's been a few weeks since I played this deck, and I actually won my badge with it. But I was able to get that last energy attachment and win. But basic energies, it's tough. It really is. Definitely missed some Dynamotor stuff. So energy wise, I play Counter, Capture, Reversal. I play Flash to help prevent against fighting type weakness, and Speed, you get some extra draw. Play Storming Mountains, Artisan, and Silent Lab for those bench barriers, because when you're attacking with Electivire and you're only doing 50 to the active, that does not feel great. So here is my Bombs deck. It is a little different from Chicken Fried. It's fun, it's beautiful, the gold, the black, it looks great. The full arts, I absolutely love it. But I am ready to change it out. The upcoming Ampharos makes me so excited, because Ampharos is one of my favorite Pokemon, and it's getting like 3 different arts to pick from. It's getting like a full art, the regular, and a pre-release promo. So I have a lot to pick from. Off the top of my head, I'd say it was a pretty good card. I can't remember the HP, I'll put it up on the screen. But it had like an ability, like if you're hand matching, just like you do with Iron Boulder, it does like an extra like 120 damage or something like that. And you're already doing like 140 for 2 or something. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it's so easy to hand match. Yeah, it's a stage 2, but you know, you pair it with the Flaffy that has Dynamotor, you can accelerate basic energy from the discard pile to your bench. The Flaffy in this set is like an item lock as well, just like the Luxio. So, you know, I've seen some people theorize, oh, do memory capsule that allows you to use a previous stage attack, hand match, do like 100 and like 20 or 130 and item lock with the new Flaffy / Ampharos, which would be nuts. I'm gonna keep some of the control stuff in here. I definitely love that idea, but I want to get Ampharos line in here. Well, I'm excited. I will be updating this deck when those cards come out from the Ninja Spinner set. Alright guys, let me know what you think of this deck. Are you playing Lightning? Are you giving it a try? Is it still dead in the water? Let me know your thoughts. I'll catch you guys in the next one.